new stream setup going on in the new apartment. See how everything looks. Got some new lighting too. Always helpful. Oh yeah. Instant match found. Love to see it. Okay, that's good. Making my way through all the flavors. Yo, Shadius, thank you so much for the resub, Prime. Pioneer, let's go. We're up against Z&T. Often Trophy Lear over here. Usually they play aggro decks too. That's a shot. 2 removal spells, sort of a third here going. Lead on Blood Crypt. If they end up playing nothing and they are an aggro deck, that's fine. The 2 life will matter, but pretty incentivized to kill anything they do here. Yep. Scar will die. Ooh, we could show them that we're Grixis. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this so that we can potentially express it next turn. We're the Grixis control deck that Asian Avenger 5-0'd with, and 5-0'd again this week. So we'll have to see how this goes. It's been a hot minute since I played like a Grixis mid-range deck here. Middle on. Alright. I'll take the 2. Aggressive. Not quite what we want to see. We wanted to hit a land. Alright, we'll take our 1. Ooh, Kaido's a good one, but I like Kaido as a follow-up. I just want to get a creature down here. Just do nothing, huh? 5 cards in hand, do nothing? Is it each creature? Oh, wait, do they just have a bunch of burn in hand? Oh, Fail Push is a nice one. Let this iteration without too much fear. Ooh, March is a real good one against this burn deck. With the land. We can get rid of Kaido too to just like really boost this life gain if we need. There's lightning, full cost. Alright. That's 3 damage not to our face. We can kill this, the 2/2, and pick up our Bone Crusher if we need to. But hopefully they just stand this up. Bad time. Push this. I'm gonna get rid of this. Deal 3, gain 3. Alright, that felt pretty clean. Alright, so blue, black, reds. Grab this. Kaido, make a ninja, phases out, and then we have K command to buy back our Bone Crusher. So far this is going about as well as you think it would go, Grixis control versus red white burn. Yeah. We're at 14. Yeah, this March is gonna make it tough. It bought us a full extra card by gaining 3. Light up. Full Scar, play with fire, sure. So if they shock, we can't kill the Soul Scar. But we can force them to do this now. Look up Bone Crusher, get rid of their last card. They can kill our ninja, then we get to kill their Soul Scar. And they never have a time. Well, they can actually just kill this in upkeep, which is fine. Ooh, they lost a lightning strike. That's not bad at all. Yeah, you can just upkeep this. But if they do, we get to just kill this. We're gonna attack since both our cards are good. Again, we don't want to move till they move because of this. If they let this connect, then we just get to draw a card. We're getting a card out of them either way. It's just it's the decision on them how they want to have this go. Yep, they do this, we do this. Kills Kaido. And now we just have 5 power in play against a hellbent opponent with a removal spell. Yeah, there we go. Grixis doing Grixis things. Love to see it. Alright, what do we want against red, white, burn? Definitely want Trespasser, Cling, Act, Gust, Deletus. Probably want Languish. Bring all these in. Things we don't want are clunky, expensive planeswalkers. Yo, Vizim, how's it going? How you doing today, friend? These counter spells in these Narsets. Nazis. Alright, so these are our ideal outs. So now we gotta figure out some stuff to bring back in here. Another 4/4 for 5. I think if we want a 4/4 for X, we want it for 4. It's a big dumb idiot. It's probably fine. I'm doing well. I'm in my new place. We got everything set up. We're in a good spot. Got the new lighting set up, everything like that. So it'll still take us a little while to get everything set up perfectly, but really happy with the place. I'll bring in Negate, another just 4 power creature. Yo, congratulations. Glad you got your stuff set up. Big fan of rental services on Magic Online. Really help people get into the format, especially because I think right now Pioneer is most played online. Hey, yeah, I mean, the thing about most of these decks and the format is you're going to have to take a little while to get back the groove, especially on Moto, but getting your feet back in the pool is the first step. Was it Jake from Adventure Time? You know, you gotta work your way up. Debating if we want the Go Blank over this. 5-drop creatures looks very not what we want to be doing. To be fair, it could just be like a sabotage, but I don't think it is. I think I'll leave it like this, but be unhappy about it. I think we're like generally pretty favored into the red aggressive decks. Oh yeah, Bard class. I know Bolan's been playing that a lot online recently. It's one of those very fragile decks that I don't think is great, but when it goes off, it looks so impressive. And if you can't interact with them, they just get free reign. So it's a great deck when interaction's low. I'm mulligan this. I think we have so many better hands. This is a better hand. It's a little slow. It's a little slow. I think our goal here is just we kill something and then have Nicol-Bolas be a good enough 2-for-1. Oh yeah, actually Boland? Yeah, I know Boland's been playing that a ton. He said he 4-1'd a bunch with it but couldn't find a 5-0. Kinda makes sense to me. Like I said, the deck's so fragile, it's tough. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, any form of meaningful interaction is usually enough against that deck. Alright, so we're in need of a Languish probably this game, or an Extinction Event. I think we just cast this looking for interaction. Ooh. We hit multiple pieces of interaction. I think I'm gonna get this Trespasser into play. Then we have this Nicol-Bolas, and it's just like eats enough of their resources that maybe we're able to just take over the game, pick up our Trespasser again. Right now we're not under enough pressure to really be scared quite yet. We're sad to get rid of an Extinction Event, but we have plenty of them. And because they've already diversified their mana cost, it's not super great compared to Languish. I do want to see this Nicol-Bolas be good though. That's the dream right there. Nicol-Bolas against a deck that has trouble killing 4 toughness things. So I guess with Soulscar it's a little bit easier, but we'll see if they give us an opportunity. Hey, Hollergoth. Nice to see you over here. Watch your YouTube videos, finally got to catch you live. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been trying to go live Mondays and Thursdays, but recently moved this week, so everything was thrown off for a hot second there. Thanks so much for stopping by. Alright, maybe we are under a lot more pressure this game. Trespasser's good, but it's gonna get turned off pretty quick here. Alright, so we want to be able to K-command Fatal Push. I think I'm just gonna play a 3/3. Hope here's to be able to trade off with this. If they just have a burn spell, it'll be a problem. But ideally we just trade off here. Trade off in cards, I suppose, is what I meant. Take 4, take a 5th. Still in trouble. Ah, LGS finally doing Pioneer? There you go. Yeah, Horizons Block Constructed has definitely been a bit of a problem for a lot of people. Alright, so this net's 3 life. That's not going to do enough because this is -4. Alright, they got us. We'll go to game 3. Yeah, I'm glad you feel so prepared. I feel like a lot of LGSs are starting to run Pioneer. I think it's solid. I know ours runs Pioneer FNM every week alongside Modern. I think Pioneer's in a great spot to be an LGS format. Especially because I know a lot of people are sad to have to be constantly investing into new $50, $60, $70 cards. Oh yeah, I love Pioneer at the FNM level. Well, I think the thing about Pioneer too that's really good at an FNM level is like you can get a lot of diversity of like power level in your decks and still be competitive. So like you can still have people bringing tiered meta decks, but you also get some interesting stuff. Like this is a deck I could see doing well in an FNM. I should show up. I just moved. I am either going to be here this Friday or next Friday, depending on some family plans. But after that, I should be there regularly until the wedding. Oh, this is like such a reasonable hand. We get to kill their first creature. But that usually means we're not going to get to kill anything till turn 3 without pitching a card. But if we kill something on 3, play this and then this, I think we have a reasonable shot. Especially on the play. On the draw, I'd be much more willing to look a little harder, but I I think they're going to be reasonably paced enough. And if they do something explosive, we can always march early. I'm just going to assume whatever they do here is fine. Blue-black mill and Boggles modern player. That's a wide range. I'm trying to make mill work, but I recorded on Moto's 4-1 solid 3-2. Yeah, I mean, mill on Moto was really good back when the best deck in the format was Hammer, because you just got so many free wins. All right, well, we're just gonna do this for 2. Kill their creature, get our life gain while we can. This card's really impressive in these kind of matchups, especially if mono red and red white are gonna be good. I like this card a lot. Burn or Maze's End is gonna be a sweet one. I've really enjoyed just the variety of decks getting to play in Pioneer. As someone who switches decks seemingly on the weekly, it's really nice to just get to continually have interesting decks to play. Those big old Nicol-Bolas. Which is a Wizard's Lightning. So if they have a creature to get the counter, it's going to be tough for them to kill this in one spell. But they don't have a wizard. They could have like Lightning Strike, play with fire. This does make Heartless Act worse, but we can always Nightmare Muse this back. Okay, so they have 2 creatures. It's an interesting attack. I think I'm just gonna block here, and if they have a spell, that's fine. Yeah, spending a full Wizard's Lightning on this to trade is perfectly fine. Now we just get to play Ashiok, and they are in some ways of trouble. He goes to 6. They have 6 power in play, but we get to block something, and then they're just in real trouble. Oh yeah, Krebs 5 through 8 would be really strong, but he would certainly have a big advantage. Yeah, opponent sees the writing on the wall. Ashiok's just gonna take over. Get to trade off. Get to even just trade off here. Let them keep this if we want to, and just keep pumping out 2/2s and kill it. Nice. So got a win over ZNT. ZNT into GNT. Let's go. I do have a car. A couple people in here have gotten the experience of driving cross country in it too. Yeah, up next is DNT. Let's go. They're a Yorion deck. This hand is so bad into Yorion. I'll look for something better. This hand's much better. Mainly because Kaido is good into Yorion, I think. I really hope this isn't the black-white sewer deck. That 5-0'd today. Or not today, this week. It's like, we can never beat that. Okay. I don't know how much we can beat Agent of Treachery either, but we can certainly try. Oh, is this just fires? That's so much less exciting. That's a good pickup though. Any sewer boys? I can never convince myself to play sewer. Yeah, it looks like it's just fires. Alright, we'll put the trigger on the stack, see what they do with it. Hey, we got him, boys. Yeah, Enigmatic fires. Real question is, do we just slam a Narset or a Bone Crusher? I think the answer is Narset. Quarry's nice, but bad if they go land fires. I'm gonna take Expressive. We don't have a ton of counter magic in this matchup though, which is gonna be a problem. Yeah, this looks like fires. No follow-up though is interesting. I wonder what that means. Okay, we have another Expressive. I think I'm just gonna jam Kaido here. Try and loot away some of these dead cards. I guess push isn't as dead since we have this Fabled Passage. I can get rid of one of them. Kaido phases. Do need to answer this Yorion at some point, but they don't really have anything in play to blink, so I'm not that worried about it yet. And they can't Skyclave our Kaido, which is pretty nice. This turn. Anyway, they could next turn. So Cleric's a bad thing for us. Enigmatic's bad for us. If they get a 5-drop, that's just bad for us off of this. Gloom Shrieker. Just returns a card to your hand, sure. Alright, so if they're gonna do this, I'm assuming they're gonna make it a 4 again. And they could gain 4 life, but I doubt they're blowing up their own fires here. Yeah, if they make it a 4-3. We're just gonna kill this. Yeah, put Yorion into hand. Their fires, they can't interact with us at all. Do it this way, because this can kill this. If need be. Gonna start with an expressive, see what we can find. Stuck on 4 lands though, which is worth noting for the Yorion in their hand. Extinction Event could answer the Yorion. Kind of don't want to show, well, I think we're going to put the Extinction Event in hand and just get rid of a Kaido. It was a little bad, but that's okay. We just play a second Kaido, but I don't think we need to. If it was any land but Hall, we would have been in great shape. I'm just going to pass here. We can K command at our leisure. They can't interact if they... That's fine. Trial's annoying with the Yorion in their hand already, but we'll live. Could have protected against that, but then we can't protect Kaido, so it's fine. There's the 5th land. Gonna attack. Alright. Keep Kaido around. Deafening Silence. Alright. Alright, so they have the Enigmatic. That was a very long way around. In fact, this get a 3-drop. What do we get in here? It'd just be like a Skyclave. Wandering Mind, sure. Misses. Loot. Land. Expressive. We can do odd to pick up both these creatures. Ooh. We haven't played a land, huh? Yeah, we have not. Let's take Sabotage to hand and Thoughtseize here. Thoughtseize them. Okay. Kind of want to just counter this Yorion, kind of no matter what happens. But also could just play the Bone Crusher. really just don't want them to get value off of this, though. This also gets value for them. If they sack this, they get a 5-drop, so we're fine to Extinction Event a 3 and a 5, so they could still just Yorion off of this. So I think if we get rid of Trial, and then play Bone Crusher. If they want a Yorion, that's okay. I think what we have to do is just try and let this die. They're going after Narset. I wonder what they're trying to get off Narset here. Doesn't draw a card. What 5-drop are they trying to do the draws card? This is fine. Another Enigmatic, sure. They can get another 5. Just like start a Yorion loop. Presence for next turn. Sure. Yeah, the Yorion loop. I'm drawing a 4-drop so that they could keep everything. Oh, just Scarab God? That doesn't actually do that much for them here. Alright. I'm gonna attack so we just draw a card off this instead of looting. Fine. No. Let's hit some odd creatures. And you can buy back a knight, doesn't do anything. Alright, we'll go to 8. It feels weird to Sinister Sabotage this Nylea's Presence. Now they showed us they don't have anything else. I think I just have to. Hope they just don't care. Ooh, what can I do this for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, top. I mean, they probably just sack this for a 5, but we have to hope that they don't have a second Scarab God. Alright, Tolsimir is not very scary. Not very scary at all. I mean, we do need them to miss for a turn, but not much we can do about that. Alright. Black, blue, red. 1. And we have a nice Planeswalker next turn. Nice. I think I'm just gonna make a 1/1 here. Gonna hold this for next turn to pitch. Oh no, we needed to play that to kill this. Although I guess we really don't want to be. Don't draw a spell. They drew something. That's the worst thing, except I guess we can kill this in response, right? No, we want to make sure it gets exiled so we get our 4/4. Yo. Leo Zera, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate you. Alright, kill this, make it 4/4. Ah, how's it going? Going, friend? Doing pretty well. How are you? Alright, I think we can just leave this back. We have a card to loot away. How important is Kaido? Drawing the card is nice. I think since we have a land to loot, we're not really racing them, but with Enigmatic, we can't give them too much time. I think we just pass. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. could destroy this, but I don't think we need to. I think we're just gonna make them exile a card. We can keep this for Kaido next turn. Cool. Well, this Nicol-Bolas will take over real quick. Hey, look at that. That is not a game one I think we're supposed to win. But we stole it nicely. And now, get actual cards. Gate, Thoughtseize, Dispute, Go Blank. I feel like this is probably fine enough. I don't think we want Gust. Probably want Cling to Dust for all the Scarab Dog stuff going on. Their potentials. Not committing to them quite yet. Fatal Pushes can come out. Bone Crushers are pretty medium. Although I guess they have a bunch of like little random creatures. About March's Scale. Gust hits, Enigmatic and fires, I guess is fair. I don't think we'll see. Cute, neat. Trespasser and Distortion are too cute, too much. They mostly run everything out. That's true. Well, then they can choose not to search, right? I think between these K command. Maybe we don't need Bone Crusher. Heartless Act. Bone Crusher might not be necessary. I think we're winning this game via Planeswalkers and control. I like this interaction. Just be a chance we just take these out, even though they scale well. Bolas is good. Okay, I'm just gonna stick like this. Go in on being the control deck. I think if we can reach the later Nicol-Bolas stages, we're in good shape. Just easy Nicol-Bolas win last game. Alright, well this hand can kill something early, doesn't have double blue, and doesn't have any of our interactives cards. This on the other hand is great. Keep this. I'm gonna get rid of March. We have a lot of one-man interaction. Ooh, another Thoughtseize is good, though we are gonna take a lot of damage, so this Cling's gonna have to do some work. Alright, we'll take your first spell, and then we'll Thoughtseize you next turn and take your second spell. How about that? Mind if I do? I wouldn't mind a basic Swamp here, or a blue land. I mean, I guess that's like halfway to both, right? We're gonna take so much damage. Eesh. Trial can stay. We're just gonna Cling to Dust their presence. Draw a card. Put your into hand. Naturalist. That's kind of medium for us for sure. Kind of just needed them not to have anything going on for like 1 or 2 turns so that we could just establish control. They got rid of the 2 lands and kept the trial. Interesting. Well, we're in danger. This is exile 5, yeah. They don't have to cast another spell for 6 turns and we'll die. But we also have a lot of good draws. Like if they play a land, funnily enough, Nicol-Bolas is a good draw. Alright, they pick up Yorion, no land. That's a good one. Expressive finds a bunch of lands. That's kinda nice, actually. Put Otawara to hand and play the Dragon Skull Summit. Getting through 3 lands there is fine. Gets us quicker to the place where we need to be. We can also Otawara on end step if this really becomes a problem. Now we got another 5 turns of chip damage. Maybe drew something. Fires wouldn't be great for us, but we do have this to reset it. No, they're just gonna pass. Okay. Alright, we'll hold up 5 lands so that we could potentially bounce this and counter Yorion. We are firmly in the position of, well, we'll wait and see. Just gotta draw something at some point. We're definitely interested in countering almost an irrelevant spell. I don't think we're quite at the point of bouncing this yet, though. I think we are still just gonna take some licks. Just bounce it here. I think we're in desperate need to, though. Ooh, Gust isn't a bad one. Take a hit and Gust it if we need to. Turns on Cling to Dust as an option. Omen's fine. Yeah, they overpaid. Love to see it. What are we doing with Omen? One on top, one on bottom? Sure. See what's going on. Down to 4. Kill him when we're good and ready here. I think this turn's when we're probably gonna guest this. 5th land. Can't imagine they're casting their Ojutai, or they're not their Ojutai, they're Yorion here. Different 5 mana Sky Noodle. Gust this. Puts on bottom, alright. Alright, you're up. Got interaction for days. We need to find a planeswalker. Waiting a couple different plays, looks like. Sky Noodle, huh? I think I'm just gonna dispute this. And sure. I want to hold the hard counter. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of our own Thoughtseize here so we can draw a card. Trying to not hit Thoughtseize. 5. Ooh. Even better. And if we play Otawara, we can have Bolas plus Counterspell up. Red blue. Ooh, that was a fantastic draw. Alright. You're up, opponent. Yeah, get rid of Trial, makes sense. You're gonna be sad when we hit him with this Nicol-Bolas too, though. Fires is kind of fine. I only have 2 cards in hand. I'm gonna let Fires resolve. Now when they cast a spell, we can just dispute it. Yeah. And then we get to Bolas their last card, hold up Sabotage, this game's over. Yep. There we go. Quick little 2-0 here with Grixis Pile. Grixis Nicol-Bolas Planeswalker. Deck is surprisingly functioning at a higher level than I would have thought. Definitely a sweet one. Nicol-Bolas Dragon God. Hard to cast, but when you do, turns out it's good. Deck does feel like it's just playing a lot of powerful effects. Interested to see if there's a you can see that it's basically just trying things out, right? Like we have 1 of 3 3 1 1 3 2 2 2 2 2 2 1 3 2 1 2 2. So I'm interested to see if this type of deck ends up being tunable to a point where you like max out on some of your numbers, really just consolidate the sideboard. Right now it sort of feels like someone... Yo, thank you so much for the... Thank you so much for the resub. Hit me with that Prime Gaming. Volitional Decisions. Thanks so much for the awesome Prime. So much for the content. Thanks so much. Glad you're enjoying it. Leor Hacker, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Darjeeling Supreme? Alright, fair enough. I'm a big Darjeeling guy myself. Well, can turn down a good interactive hand. Something to be said about just getting to cast Thoughtseize in this format. Oh no. Oh wait, hold on. Oof. Oh, is it Gearhulk's a lot of fun. Anytime you get it to go off, it's just so much fun. I've enjoyed that deck a lot too. Opponent is now stuck in the unenviable position of just being all dressed up with nowhere to go. Yeah, the Magnus Opus decks have been really fun. Played a couple of those recently, and when people aren't ready for Gearhulk, it kills quick. Especially Sublime Epiphany. That's a favorite of mine too. Oh no. Don't play Opus. Yeah, the Sublimes are really good. I love a good the commit memory trick with Gearhulk. Let's see. Get in our bozos, huh? I don't think we need Cling. Expressives are a little slow, but not slower than these cards, which get right out. Unconditional removal's where it's at. Kaido's not great here, though it does create chump blockers, which isn't bad against them. So maybe it's Prismari Command instead. Definitely want the Thoughtseize, but like, not so much. How's it going, Sir Eccles? Yeah, this deck's been a blast so far. It is a new place. We're finally moved in. Got some nice lighting, which is great. It looks like it's daytime, even though it's almost midnight. I guess still get some new posters and things for the wall. I just have the painting I sort of always trek around with me. And on that wall I have a bunch of like trophies and things like that. I guess a bunch is maybe overstated, but I have a little hanger of some trophies and stuff, so. Still got some decorating to do, but the new place is great. Really enjoying it. Yo. Yeah, this deck looks really sweet. I think Asian Avenger was the one who 5-0'd with the first, but if 5-0'd again this week, and 2 5-0s is enough for me to give it a try. Alright, if we can Thoughtseize their first threat again, they're in real trouble, but if not, we are going to have a little bit of trouble answering it. Oh no. Alright. We're going to have to draw some removal. Oh, they forgot to attack. Yeah, the Grixis Triome I'm sure will help. I'm excited for the Triomes. I think it will mostly just bolster 3-color decks enough to be able to fight reasonably. Alright, we just gotta take Dreadhorde Arcanist since we don't have any removal. Don't want to, but we have to. If we draw removal though, they're in a real bet. Oh, not so much anymore because they can just Gird. Oh, they're gonna set. It looks like they're gonna Ancestral, but I think they just want to Gird here. I'd love to draw like Land Languish situation here. We are a little bit tight here. I don't like the Ancestral. I think you just want to Gird there. Like I took this, so I'm pretty heavily showing I don't have any removal. Yeah, his Thoughtseize are gonna hurt. Alright. Thoughtseize the Gird. It's still Gird, but it's not feeling good with this Ancestral. So Anger lets them draw another card, +2, +3, +4. Take 6 next turn. Yikes. Yeah, we are in danger. Heroic's still good if they're on the play and you don't have interaction. Alright, so land means Reckless Rage. Oh, they should have targeted this. They just missed out on a point. Opponent's wild in a little. That's okay. Don't really want to give them a Reckless Rage target. I think we just want to plus look for Land Languish. It's not a bad one. I think we're just going to get rid of the Ravager here. March should be able to make up some room. Being able to pitch some extra mediocre cards to it to gain some life's not bad either, but we're in danger. For sure in danger. Alright, they drew a land. We know they have Reckless Rage. Do they have anything else? They just have a land. We're going to 4, and then we're not in bad shape. Not in good shape, we're not in bad shape. We have to be careful with March though, because it deals damage. Targeting the favored Hoplite is going to be a risky proposition. Alright, well that's going to get pitched to either our draw or March. Get rid of Expressive here. We'll just pass. We know 50% of their hand. We can pitch a Kalitas and a Thoughtseize and pay 3. That's 6 life. Alright, Soulscar's fine. See where they go with this. Both at me. No blocks. Alright, let's get rid of this. We could keep both Kalitases on the assumption they'll kill one and the second one will live. I actually don't hate that. I think we're gonna do that. Alright, let's steal 6. This is just a Boros charm, or did they draw the God's Willing? Yikes. God's Willing being the only mystery card there is pretty brutal. So we'll go to 1. We draw here. We draw Land Languish. Land Extinction Event. Well, not that land, so I think we're dead. Yeah. Alright. If they draw any other card in their deck there, I think we just sort of get to turn it around. We just go Kalitas, they kill it, we go Kalitas again. Just don't know if we can afford these Thoughtseizes. I'm gonna split them on the play. We just need to find interaction earlier there. And March also almost turned it around. Alright, we'll take the play. No black is tough. Alright, this hand's fine. I especially like Extinction Event against them. I can get rid of this Cling. They're on 5. That being on 5 is kind of great for us. Could lead on the Jwari here. Just assume that we'll Baleful their first play. I don't really want to give them the card though. But if they play like an Ancestral, we can. I think we're going to need to hit 4 lands here. I think I am just going to play the runes. Give up a small amount of value. Alright, Hoplite. I'm going to shock and pass. We don't want to give them this card. So if they don't do anything spectacular, we might just let it happen. Shock or no shock here? Shock, sure. They cast like an Ancestral Anger. Maybe we're supposed to just kill this because it's the same difference. Alright, you can either trade a resource or trade a resource. You want to draw a card and keep your creature? No. Okay. They drew the card off this, essentially. We got to kill their threat. Okay, no follow-up's huge. We're pretty stocked up. We just now need to find something to get the game closed. Almost all their threats are going to be red, with the exception of another Hoplite. So this Gust can buy us time if we need. This Spear's fine. I'm willing to take 1 for a very long time here. We haven't shown them Extinction Event yet. Fine. Basically any spell will get a Gust out of us though. Yeah, especially a draw spell. Get out of here with that. Puts it on top. Okay, so they don't have another threat in hand, most likely. Alright. This is the place where we're sad to not be seeing like this. Alright. Like I said, we'll take 1 for a pretty long time before we fire off any interaction. I mean, I guess if they use their last card, Titan Strength, sure. Let's see what they do with the Scry. We're gonna go to 13, 1 to the bottom. Alright, I'm willing to trade this 1 for 1 if they put it to the bottom. I think this will hopefully buy us a lot of time. And then we have to use the second one a little bit more judiciously, but really just want to find a Planeswalker here. Even the Planeswalker, Nicol-Bolas the Ravager, or a Expressive Iteration would be good here. Ashiok would be good here. What are we doing? This is just a Boros charm to the face. Alright, this is just a Boros charm, so we're at pseudo 9. a great draw, actually. The great draw, but what do we do with it? I guess we can only hit non-creatures, so let's get rid of Ancestral Anger. Works twofold, stops future angers and also hurts Arcanist. Alright, well this will give us card 5 in the yard, so if we do this and this, we can do this now. Didn't Boros charm us? Interesting. There's no way it's a 2-drop creature. They'd cast any creature. Maybe they're trying to protect this with a Boros charm. Like this would get us, but this won't. And we just have to kill this on site. And if we're reading them for Boros charm, we can never just cast this into this. Alright, so when we crack, we also have Cling to Dust now. Still putting them on Boros Charm as their last card here. Rest. That's doesn't make a ton of sense, but alright, you got me. You drew a card the turn before I could draw a card, so I guess it plays out. The turn after the Dreadhorde Arcanist is also interesting. Alright. One removal spell versus their Boros Charm. Just need to draw something. Something. If they fire off this Boros Charm, I think they're almost certain to lose, but if they keep holding it patiently, we are in a position where they can sort of just get us. Alright, we'll take one forever, like I said. We're not in a rush, we have all the mana in the world. No, didn't fire it off. I really don't want to use 2 spells on anything. So we'll see what they do. Den's a good one. Really want to kill Den. The other thing about Den is it's going to tap them out if they use it, making this a lot more likely to happen. We're at pseudo 7. This will take a little time. It was not a bad look at all. We're just going to make a 1/1. So now whatever they do. This is the Boros Charm. Boros Charm at Kaido. Alright, kill this. Gain our life, hold up Fatal Push. And you kill Kaido. We have a lot of good draws left in our deck. Even if we didn't have Fatal Push, this just like represents it too clearly for them to ever do anything there, which is kind of nice. There's like guarantees they don't activate, like, and they can never activate now because they respected it once. They have to respect it forever until they have land like God's willing. Because there's like no way you stand this up here after not doing it last turn, right? Nah, we're just the disrespect. That or they just think they're in a desperate enough position where they have to just not respect it. But I think if they were there, they would have done it. They should have done it last turn. Yeah. Planeswalker probably seals this game. Heartless Act does a good job though of protecting us. And with this Hive, we're in a much faster clock. We wish they were at 16, but 17's not too bad. Again, they're unlikely to draw anything super relevant, I think, just because we've dealt with 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures through an Arcanist. Arcanist doesn't do much here, but we do want to protect our Hive, so we're going to kill this now. case they have a Reckless Rage. Nope, just F6'd. Alright, Bone Crusher, another good one. Yeah, at this point in the game, I think we were heavily favored to just have better draws than them. Yeah, that's another reason to just fire off Heartless Act there. It's just like, you don't want to have that sitting around if they draw a Hoplite. Alright, so this is going to put them in 2 turns. Puts them to 3. Yeah, there we go. Ground him out. We're able to grind out Heroic there. Off to a nice 3-0 start here. Dex felt much better than I would expect. Not gonna lie, March of Wretched Sorrow has been impressive. Especially if Mono Red Aggro is gonna pick up like it did on Sunday in the challenge. March has looked very good. This card's looked really good, Peter. I think you might want to look into it. Yeah, my first instinct here is just like up some numbers. Because like I said, this build feels like it's all over the place, intentionally, I'm sure, to like test what's good, what's not. Like we have 1, 1, 1, 1. Like I'm sure there's a lot more tuning to go into this deck. Accelerado. We'll take the play. Hands pretty good. Lead on Sulfur Falls here. This would make this enter tapped, and we want to have red on 2. Alright, so Mono Green Karn. This is a matchup I don't think we're going to have a good time against unless we find our counter magic early, heal their elves, and we're going to need to find our threats pretty quick, because they go way over the top of us. So an even game is bad for us here. We need them to have a slow start, and whatever elf type creatures they play, we just need to kill them. No questions asked. Cavalier can single-handedly beat us. Glad to see you out of the hallway. I liked my hallway, Toddler Rage, but it's good to have my own little office here. I'm very happy about it. I don't want to just Thoughtseize them, take away the opportunity for them to have like a ramp spell here in Kiora. Okay, well. Double Karn's kind of a problem, huh? Cavalier's the bigger problem of the cards here. I'm gonna take the Cavalier. Triple Oath Hand, huh? Oh yeah, I'm gonna deck out this office. We got a little mini fridge over in the corner. Got my energy drinks. Rogue Energy. Coupon code darthjacen. Gotta get my shill out somewhere. Get 10% off your order. But yeah, I got a little mini fridge. Got some snacks. Got new lights, which is why it looks like it's daylight, even though it's midnight here. Now we just gotta get some posters in the background. The wall over here needs a little love. It's the one that I think is most lacking at the moment. Alright, we have double blue, double black. Black, black, red, blue. We just need to get anything here, because black, 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 red, blue. For the other Nicol-Bolas. An island. Red. Alright, so they're probably going to get rid of a land. Yep, Forest, and then they can go Nykthos, Karn. We get to kill Karn, but they get to get whatever they want off it first. Yeah. Oh, a 5-drop. Is this a Cavalier? Dargaroth, something like that. A Hydra for 3? Sure, make it a 6. That's fine. Don't really want to Extinction Event for even here. I really don't want to do that. Opponent has made it a little awkward. But if we don't deal with this, then they get 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's up 1 mana. Alright, I'm gonna be a little reckless. We're gonna Narset look for a Fatal Push. We miss. Cling to Dust. Look to hit a land now at this point. Well, it's not a bad one. We're not blocking, so we're just gonna get in there. Yo, Eddie, how's it going so far? Decks felt really good so far. We're 3-0. I think this is a bad matchup. I think the mono green Karn deck does very well into these kinds of decks, of just like decks that have a little bit of mid-range in them. Even though we are a control deck, post board I think we're gonna have a better shot. But game 1 I would put us at pretty unfavorable odds. Like if we're trying to race, we're just gonna take 7, play Karn. Aw, you hate to see it, Eddie. I'm sorry to hear that, but hopefully the stream can help cheer you up, my friend. A Great Henge. Yeah, that's a problem. Bit of a problem. There you go. Well, glad I can help as best I can, friend. This is gonna be a big problem. Sure. Alright. That does alleviate it a little. Alright, black, 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 blue, red. I feel that. If the relationship's not going the direction you want, perfectly reasonable. Feel this. I have another card in hand. But I can just plus this. I think I'll just go after Karn. That's always tough, but like anything in life, if you have different goals in your relationship than your partner or whoever you're with, it's tough. Definitely a conversation you have to have. Never a fun one, mind you. I think at 5, could get a boat. Could have just stood this up and put me to dead next turn. The opponent thinks they have sort of all the time in the world. Card in hand. Sky Sovereign's not. That's fair. Sky Sovereign kills this. Now they're kind of at the mercy of the top of their deck, right? Because we just kill Karn and then they have a bunch of things. I mean, almost anything is good from their end. Almost anything is not quite the same as anything. Alright. Extinction Event in hand, Shock of Water, Graven. That's true. Yeah, Pioneer's a blast. Pioneer is absolutely a blast. I've been enjoying it pretty nonstop. Let's kill Karn. We can also get their Cavalier if we flip this next turn. Kind of nice. 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just gonna Kaido and plus here. I just wanted to miscount my mana. Though I was thinking I was gonna Extinction Event, but then figured I wanted to Kaido afterwards, and I'd already shocked. But I made the decision before I made my final decision, so it cost me 2 life. I don't think it was correct. Ooh, they drew something big. Cavalier's pretty big. It's actually one of the worst draws for us because it's gonna crew too. What do we find here? No storms? No storms, but they can get another Nykthos, but they can't activate it. Yeah, if you play Cavalier and you already have a Nykthos in play, you need to float first. Because there's no point where you can float. They needed to float 2, 3, 4 before if they wanted the full mana. They draw another creature. Extinction Event on odd here. Oh, what are we getting? What are we getting? Pithing Needle for Kaido. Or for Bolas, I suppose, also fine. We do have 2 things here. Bolas, sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Jeez. Well, these all get swept up, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we're gonna take 6. Oh, they didn't crew? They can't crew into the extinction event either, which is kind of fun for us. Alright, let's do this. Odd. Shock. This time we meant to shock for this, but fortunately we just wasted 2 life for no reason. Alright, kill Karn. Draw a card. Ooh. Oh, well, that's pretty good. Depending on what they... If they cast something, I might just kill Great Henge. Take their last card, too, while we're here. Yeah. Yes, I will. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Don't mind if I do. Kill your Great Henge, get rid of your last card. Alright. Feeling pretty good about this game now. Man, we've had a lot of games end up like this where we just sort of hit a point where I feel like we're super behind and then we just catch up. Ooh, that's nice, but I don't know if it's necessary. I think I just want to hold this up. We'll see what we draw off Kaido, though. If we draw a land, we can do both. How much do I want to shock? Guess it's not bad. And plus, if they play a small creature, we can just Fatal Push this so they can't crew. If they play a big thing, we can counter it. What is this? 3 mana. Could be an Old Growth Troll. Could be a Kiora. 4 mana. Oh, it's a Cavalier. Yeah, no deal. No, no, no. No, 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 thank you. Yeah, Extinction Event, pretty good, turns out. Now we can just clean this up for free. Or we can get rid of the Pithing Needle if we think flipping this is going to be the better option. Flipgrap Bolas does seem pretty good. What did we get? Oh, we got rid of 2 Nykthoses? Not bad, not bad. I just, like, this actually is the card that would mess with our plan, right? Like, this will actually answer us. So even though I want to bounce this, I think we're supposed to just do this. I know it's less fun, but I think we're supposed to bounce the card that matters. Draw. Well, now we can just Prismari command this anyway. Yeah, this game is firmly in our control. There we go. Managed to steal game one. Like I said, we beat what, 3 Karns, something like that. Great Henge. Just a lot of cards we probably aren't supposed to ever beat. All right, Aether Gust, negate, get in there. Prismari Command's one of those cards that I enjoy a lot. It just is. It doesn't have a lot of places in the format, but when it's good. Oh, I have no idea. Though I would speculate that game one we're gonna have some dead cards for sure. But like, if any of these cards resolve, they're in huge trouble. The Kaido can also be trouble. Polgon's Command's good. Expressive is good. Narset's good. Thoughtseize is good. And then post board, you sort of just bring in these cards and just like take out all your removal. But in this matchup, want to clean up the little stuff. On Trespasser. Maybe we don't need Trespasser actually. Thing's also kind of medium. A lot of cards are kind of in this weird spot where I don't know if we actually want them or not. Alpine Moon for Nykthos is probably better than a lot of things we could be doing. I like our anti-artifact cards against them for sure. I think it's just Thoughtseize is not as good as we want it to be. Aether Gust, sure. Heartless Act kills Cavalier, which is kind of the biggest threat in their deck. I need these. They have a couple cards we want to hit with this, but not many. Yeah, I think we're just happy with this. Gotta look for some cuts. I think it's fine, but probably not amazing. Narset doesn't really belong here. Could just be like one of the commands. Maybe one Kaido isn't as good just because they have so many little ground creatures. I could see that. Kaido's a lot better in the matchups where we get both modes to be useful, whereas this one it's kind of just like play a chump block and probably about it. The looting's only good if we're already in control. Well, this hand's great. Absolutely great. Ooh, you get to kill an elf. My favorite thing. My favorite thing second only to playing an elf and not having it die. Alright, so we can languish them to clean up the board. We have enough lands, so we might express it for no value. If they don't have a play, though... Yeah, if they don't have a play, I think we're just going to ship it. We're in no rush. No third land either. They kept... Oof, that's always rough when you keep a speculative hand on the hope that you don't get fatal pushed. Alright, I'll show them a mastery. It's fine. This is going to get an island. I didn't want to show them a fatal push because that gives them a better chance of knowing what we can interact with. They can't play Old Growth Troll. Now they still can't. It only makes 2 mana. Yeah, so this doesn't do anything. Alright, well, this is going to get island. We have Sabotage up. Little Bolas. Black 1. Languish a little awkward into Bolas. Ooh, they got rid of Cavalier. Interesting. We can ride Bolas to victory here, or we can just like play Kalidas. Oh, that's a brutal draw. Play this. Push this. Hey, B-Dugs, how's it going? Yeah, Control seems to be doing well, and a lot of the decks that came out of the woodworks last Sunday to punish it, like the mono red aggro decks, like that kind of stuff, definitely still gets punished by this kind of deck, unfortunately for our opponents today. Alright, Extinction Event on Odd. Get in there. This leaves them dead to most things. Yeah, hurt. We're 4-0 now. This deck has been very impressive. Again, I think it's kind of all over the place, but in like a way that I like control decks to be, where it feels like Asian Avenger built it on the speculation of like, is this card good? Let's put 2 copies in. Is this card good? Hey, it's the first Zelda cam of the new place. Dragon Gods won us some games today, Hurt. Our first 2 matches were won by Dragon God. Not entirely, but it did come down. There we go, some Zeldas in chat. Blessed Peter. Let's go for this 5-0 with Grixis pile of cards. Ooh, we're up against a 3-0. Whoops, kick something. Sarlanga. Oh yeah, the plus is insane. Every element of that card is insane. We're on the draw and we have interaction, but can't in good conscience keep that hand. Alright, this hand's great. We have 3 removal spells. This is where I wish we could see if they were Luris deck or not. It's super castable in this deck. And that's before we get the Grixis Triome, which is kind of nice. I think... So value-wise, if they're an aggro deck, we want these 2. March has also been very good. Very good today. I know a creature. I think I am going to get rid of the K command. Ooh, Mono Blue Spirits? Yeah, alright. We're going to kill this now. On the hope that they play like a Rattle Chains or something. Response. Shacklegeist. Yeah, we'll take it. Alright, well, I don't think we can really cast Kaido here. Yeah, the Blue March is starting to see play in Jeskai Ascendancy, and Lotus Field as a way to like fog for a turn, which is really nice. Oh yeah, you're locked for life, Hurt. I'm sorry. Sorry I've done this to you. Oh, we're just gonna cast this for 2. If they have a counter spell, that's fine, because Bolas should be able to clean up the board. Like, if this gets countered and Bolas resolves, they're in big trouble. I mean, if this resolves, and then I think both will resolve. Ooh, red March and Obosh, interesting. Yeah, I think all the marches are interesting at least. Fading Hope, they're Shacklegeist. That's not the play I thought they were gonna make there. Interesting. Alright, so that tells me they don't have a counterspell. And if they do, they have successfully mind-gamed me. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem for them. For sure, for sure. Spell Pierce. They could have Spell Pierced this? What were they afraid of that they didn't want to just Spell Pierce this, I wonder? Alright, let's play Duration here. Yeah, I mean, they can just tap it down right now and then get in for 3 or 4, but like we're still threatening them to have to interact meaningfully. Alright, we'll take Cling. Takanuma. I mean, they should just tap this down. They don't, though. We get to attack. Means that if Kaido resolves, we just get to draw a card instead of loot. Yeah, by not just tapping this down, we get a free card. Alright, this undoes 1 attack. We might actually want to loot here. Turn Klingon faster. Alright, I'm gonna play Ashiok to start here. Do they have interact? You're thinking about this for a while. I mean, they haven't. That Spell Pierce play confuses me. I feel like instead of fading hoping their own creature, they could just Spell Pierced us and we've been in a much worse spot. I'm thinking on this one. Not quite sure what they could have realistically that they wouldn't just fire off here. I mean, like, they could just think that, like, this won't race them, but we're just gonna bounce the Shackle Geist, get in for 4, draw another card, and then, like, gain 3 life, throw off their race, and even if they counter it, then we can just keep going. We can always loot if we need to put cards in our yard, and this haul is encroaching quickly. Just happens. Alright, Shackle Geist back to hand. No cover island gone. Alright, we're just gonna draw a card instead of looting. Nope. Okay. Opponent has conceded. 4/4 flyer. Pretty good. Alright, so we won against them. Heartless Act, Dispute, Go Blank, Trespasser, Kalitas, Languish, Negate. I don't think we need Thoughtseize. Things on the border. Unfortunately, our big old dragons might not be good enough. Kaido is also not very good here. I guess Kling can buy us some life. Sabotage is a little slow. Our set also feels kind of slow. Really don't want to be not affecting the board. Our commands do stuff. Bone Crusher does stuff. Yeah, I think this is what we want, and then maybe just cut down one Kling, keep it out. I think we want to max out our removal, our interaction as much as we can. I think our threats being non-blue as much as possible is also important here. So, like, bringing in the Kalitases. Alright, I like where this is at. I think mono blue has to get ahead on board or they're kind of not able to do anything. So if we're able to, like, just keep killing their early drops, they're in real trouble. Alright, well, this doesn't kill early drops. And we almost certainly can't have any of these enter untapped, so I'm gonna mulligan this. And it's much better. You can even pitch this God Pharaoh. No blue mana, but we'll get blue mana eventually. Crux of Fate's interesting. I think Extinction Event is manipulated. You can manipulate it to be similar to Crux, but Crux is interesting. 5 mana is just such a high price to pay. We got multiple 1-drops here. Ascendant Spirit. Hello, Nicol-Bolas. Alright. We got a Shackle Geist here? No, Maz Wanderer. Wanderer's actually kind of interesting because we can just march it here. Like if they go to cast a spirit, we can march it and then they'll sacrifice it, but still just trades. I'm not gonna exile anything. That's true. Anger hits a lot. Okay. This is fine. I think I'm just gonna fling looking for a land here. A little risky. All right. This is fine. I don't think we're in good shape if we miss on land, so I think we have to take that stab. Alright, counter me. Oh, that's the worst one. That's actually kind of okay. They get to draw one card here, and then we just Bone Crusher it. If we draw a land here, we're not in the worst shape. But we really need to find a land. Alright, we miss. They should counter this to get rid of our Bone Crusher. They don't. That's fine. Okay. We got 2 lands. They got 3 cards. Let's see if we can... Oh, alright, well that might be the nail. Gotta draw another Bone Crusher, a Fatal Push, a March. And even then, we're still pretty unlikely. Alright. Yo. Emerove. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. I think this one's gonna get under us. Although if we get a Bolas down, but I feel like with this many cards in hand, not playing lands, they have to have counter spells at this point. We just need like one more piece of interaction before they got under us, but that's okay. If they overcommit somewhere, we might be able to just like steal some lifelink back, but also a blue source away from having Bolas, but like I said, it's unlikely they don't have any counter spells here on 6 cards. They didn't play a land last turn. Didn't play a land this turn. This is where in a gate would be great. I think we'd need to just Fatal Push on their turn. Try and get them to tap out. Because they're already basically on unlimited mana for interaction, so not losing a lot here. Let them attack. Play this. Yeah. Being constrained on mana feels bad, man. Yeah, don't know what you're playing for Indy. I'd probably play Phoenix or Winota would be my like S tiers for Indy. Alright, I'm willing to go to game 3. I think this deck's really interesting. I think it's one of those decks that like power level's really high. I would like to give it another week or 2 to tune it and like figure out exactly where the number should be. Alright, well. Going to game 3, we're on the play. We need to just like kill everything they do for the first few turns and then try and stick one of our threats. We almost managed it. We just got tied enough on mana that we could never deploy our own threat before they had sealed the game. Alright, I'll keep this hand. Has interaction. Has basically everything we want. We just need to not have them get under us. I'm gonna shock. Make them give consideration to playing a worse 1-drop. Ascendant's fine. We will kill it. Ooh, not a bad one. Being able to gain some life and be able to race them early is actually really important here. They can't Spell Pierce it, Dispute it, or Oswander it. Yeah, now we just get to race and we're gaining life every time we kill a creature now. If they just pass without doing anything to hold up counter magic, we just get a bigger creature to beat them with, so Trespasser is real nice for being able to turn the situation. I mean, if they have like a Curious Obsession, we're in trouble, but we also can just Otawara it. We draw another land. Yeah, Niv is good. For sure Niv is good, but it's also like Claudio winning with Niv is very different than Niv being good, per se, I think. That's gonna hit okay here. Like, worry they have Spell Pierce. Like, they could have Spell Pierce or Fading Hope. I don't think the 1 life matters here, and we can get the life next turn. But I wanted to see if they were considering playing like a Spectral Sailor or something else and tapping out. I think we just need to play Otawara here. We just pass, but I don't think that's a winning line for us. Yeah, the double block was a consideration there. I mean, we have Spell Pierce covered. If they want to use Spell Pierce and the Moz Wanderer to kill this, that's fine. I could Fading Hope their own creature again, but again, I don't think that's a winning line. That's fine. Sure, this is. Alright, so we can attack, gain a life. They could just send this in if they really want to get aggressive, but seems unlikely. They're thinking about it though, I think. This is 6, it's a good race. But then this flips, so we get a 4, gain 1. Then we can potentially Ashiok this away for a turn, which would force them to Faceless Haven to kill this. So like, if they Faceless Haven and we draw a land, they get like locked into the worst possible line for like 2 or 3 turns and just lose the race. So yeah, I think this is a much better situation for them. Yeah. Alright, we draw the land. Let's attack. Beat our own creature here, gain a life. Just take. Unexpressive here. They're just fine with it. We hit 3 lands. It's not great for us. Alright, let's see what they're up to. Again, if they ever stand up this Faceless Haven, they're in trouble. As far as it, like, locking them into having to do it twice. Alright, deal 2, draw 2. Dive down. We're just like at this point where we might just die, right? 5, 5, 6, 11. Yeah, taking 11 would be bad for us. Flooding out a little here. Extinction event on even. Probably our best draw. Not standing this up, so this is just 6. We're 1 short of being able to do everything we need to here. I just don't think we have an option. Of course. We just like can't attack. This is a nightmare. Just like everything and a thing. I mean, I think this is a matchup we're not supposed to be favored in. Like, this is the whole idea of Spirits, is like you get to play this anti-clunky game, but we just needed one more land in play there to resolve that. Just like Baleful Mastery buys us the turn. Alright, we just pass and Baleful Mastery here. Or we have to give them a card too. We can't pay 2 and negate. Yo, Jamie Katz. Just found your content, really like it. Tier lists are really helpful for the 1K you're preparing for. Glad to hear it. I'm glad you you find them helpful. Love to hear that. Thanks so much for stopping by. We're in theory going to 1. What can we draw here? I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's not the thing that would have changed the outcome of this game. We still had no outs. Right, we draw 1 card here. End of game. We draw 1 card from this position. We play Bolas. Can't gain any life. We're at 1 against 3 attackers. Damn. So close. So close. Diago Stat, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think that's just like a tough matchup in general. I think Spirits is in a great spot if people are playing a lot of these like controlled mid-range decks, just that you can get under them. Hey there. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this content on either Twitch or YouTube. If you did, please like or subscribe. If you didn't, be sure to leave a comment down below. I promise not to read it. Until next time.